First job of the weekend, and it's a Christmas light switch on, but I seem to be here a bit early. It's too light and it's freezing. It's -2. Oh, cold. Not many people here yet. We are way too early. The Christmas tree's not looking very Christmassy at the moment, so we need it to be darker. But I have just found out that there are some people that need me to photograph in the market, so it'll be warm in there. Oh, let's go. There's some angels that they want photographing, so I think we'll go in and have a look, see if we can find them. Thing to say to you. A bit of scratching for you there. We gotta take a picture of these guys. Look, a little flash dinked in there. We're on ISO is 2000, and we're dinking a little bit of flash in there on TTL. EV was 0.7 on the flash. Here they're having a good time. Let's do a couple of available light. Do a manual white balance of those dresses, just warm it slightly, and that's my favourite picture. That's good, isn't it? Look at that guy there. Anyway, back to the light switch on. Now it's gone dark and the street entertainers are out. We're going to have to use flash, but I'm going to use rear curtain sync flash, which gives us that little bit of movement at the back of the object. So the rear curtain sync flash now. The Christmas lights get turned on. 3, 2, 1, bang! There's the lights on the tree, and time for the pyrotechnics. It works. Now this is advanced photography, so you can't be carrying a tripod around with you like a landscape photographer would. So these are handheld. You've just got to make do. But with modern cameras and vibration reduction, that's not too much of a problem. And the next job is tomorrow morning. I'm shooting a video for a council at the moment, and we got all the external shots on a beautiful winter's day, blue sky, but there was one shot we couldn't get that day, so I've had to come back. I've been waiting for a blue sky day, and here it is. It's blue sky and it's the white stuff as well. We've got some snow, which is going to make it look really pretty. Now this place is very high up, and it's Bar Beacon, and that's it over there. That's the Bar Beacon Memorial, and we're at the highest point here. And so I'm going to do some gimbal shots. So we've got some tracking shots. I'll do a couple of stills as well, and it should look nice for some drone shots. I would have thought if we could just get up there, so we're looking down on that with the town right behind. I'm looking at this Bar Beacon, and look at that. Can you see that right up above me? Really low. I can even see Emirates on the bottom of it, and that is something we're going to have to check, because we are fairly close to Birmingham Airport here. So I need to go onto Flight Angel, as all good drone pilots would, which I would do anyway, regardless of whether I'd seen that plane. But that plane does worry me now, and I would check and make sure that we're not in any flight restriction zones. Around airports, particularly with flight paths, there are flight restriction zones. They are no-go zones. I'm going to go back to the car because it's absolutely freezing, and I'm going to check the drone assist there. There's my car, only one on the car park. Look, I'm going to slide all the way back down again. Oh, watch your footing, it's a bit slippy. Now then, whoa, 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 whoa. Nearly went there. That little patch of ice there. I was nearly flat on the back. Let's get in. Let's get the heaters on and check the drone assist. High risk. And we're right on the edge, look, of that flight restriction zone there. That's controlled airspace for Birmingham Airport. That's the flight path. That's pretty much where we are, right on that line. Now that's a difficult one because we are right on the edge of the flight restriction zone. We are on the outside of it, so technically we don't need permission, but you know, I don't like operating that close to a flight restricted zone, and it's not a deal breaker shot because the gimbal shots on a beautiful day like today are going to be pretty stunning anyway. So I'm not going to put the drone up. It's just not worth it. So let's have a look at a few of the gimbal shots that I got on that morning. Here they are. And I didn't need the drone, did I? The gimbal shots are really, really nice, particularly with that low winter sun. Going back to the drone, I'm a commercial drone pilot with a Civil Aviation Authority license. I'm qualified to A2CFC standards. If you are going to do any commercial work with the drone, if you're going to earn money from it at all, you need to be qualified, you need to be insured, and you need to have permission from the landowner where you take off and land. And the legislation now clearly said that you have to fly within a visual line of sight. You must be able to see your drone at all times. So with that said, it's off to the afternoon job, and the rain clouds have appeared. The weather has closed in. It's not a very nice day. It's drizzling with rain, it's very grey, and that's what you put up with the professional photographer. Unfortunately, unlike a landscape photographer where you can wait for good weather, wait for the ideal weather, we've got a time slot, so I'm just going to have to make the light. I'm going to have to brighten the pictures up with flash and other techniques. So let's see how we get on. Sometimes this job's harder than others, and today I've really got my work cut out because I'm here to photograph some real fun events, fire eaters and medieval jugglers. But look, it's absolutely torrential. It's raining. It's grey. You know, what do? What I'm going to do is try and get a few passers-by to congregate on the far side, so it looks like I've got a bit of an audience. And I'm going to just have to pop a flash in there. I can't put too much flash in because it's going to show up in the rain. You know, the raindrops are going to actually show up with flash and become white. So it's going to be quite a delicate balancing act of getting enough flash to pop a bit of life into the subject, but not enough to show the rain up. It's testing my skills today, I can tell you. So as we take a look around the area that the display is going to be going on, here are the medieval actors, and we've got to get a picture of these as a group and make it look exciting. This rehearsal is for an event tomorrow and one for next week. We need to promote that. These areas look empty at the moment, but for the real event they'll be busy, so I've got to make sure I don't show them now. You see, the main event is tomorrow and the forecast is good for that, but we're here today to do promotion pictures and we have to make the best of it, and that's our job. There will be more people here congregating when the show actually starts. So let's get on with some pictures. Bang! And here's my poster image. So this is the medieval actors roaring towards the camera, and we've had to manufacture this a little bit. A little bit of sky. A little bit of work on the sky there. That's an iconic historic fountain behind, and that places it here in this town. So they're running at camera, and we've dinked a little bit of a flash in there just to get a highlight on the in the eyes and on the faces and keep the colours nice and bright. And I've added a little radial blur, a little zoom radial blur, just to give us a sense of movement and them roaring towards the camera. And we've left some space at the top for some type, for some titles, and to make it look exciting and to get people here. Now onto the fire eater. Now she really is getting a taste for this fire eating lark, isn't she? That's the worst joke in the world. I'm sorry. Move on. As you can see, the exposure is pretty much okay here. I've still got the flames, and I've dinked a little bit of flash in for some detail, but it's not dark enough in the background to make the fire stand out. So I'm going to want to expose the background, so I'm going to pump the flash up just a little bit, maybe to 0.7. And what a difference that's made. Look, it's really brought the background much darker, and I'm able to see the flames so much more. We've got a break in the rain, luckily, while she's doing her fire juggling, and that means that the fire isn't going out, which is always good news. Let's have a look at the next picture. Yeah, that little bit of flash has definitely lifted the picture, hasn't it? But have you noticed the closer in you go, the lighter the picture looks? Let's go back, and the further back we get, the darker we can get that background, and the more that fire shows up. Let's go back a little bit more. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You get a little bit more action in the background and it starts looking quite balanced. Now, before she started her act, I did say what was going to be the big moment. When was I going to get the big flame? And she told me she would put some titanium on one particular part, and she told me to be ready, and I was ready, and hey, boy did that titanium spark. It was absolutely amazing, and the flash allowed me to cut through it, but the actual real picture was just as it was dying down. And that's my favourite picture of the fire eater. Isn't that nice? You've got all that titanium just cracking there like that. We've got the fountain, the historic fountain behind, and there she is just smiling on the way through. I like that picture. That's worked really quite nicely for me. So the rain's back again, and I'm going to have to make a hasty retreat back to the car. Hopefully I can stay dry and keep the cameras dry. Let's go. Oh man, I'm back in the car. And I'm soaking wet. Look, if you've ever wondered, my glasses are steaming up like I can't see anything. Oh, blimey. If you've ever wondered why people make such a song and dance about cameras being waterproof and weatherproof, and well, today is the exact answer, because when you're a professional photographer and you go out and you accept a commission and it rains, there's no ringing the client up saying, oh, it was raining so I didn't do it. You still got to produce. You're a pro. You've got to find a way round. You know, I've got two options there. I can phone the client up and say, oh, it's raining so it's not very good. Or I can think on my feet, work out a way of brightening the pictures up, try and eliminate the rain as much as possible and make the pictures work, give the client what they need, and that's what we have to do. But just going back to cameras, here's my camera. Just got back into the car. Take a look at it. It's absolutely soaking wet all over. We need cameras that don't stop for the rain, don't stop for the ice, don't stop on super hot days. They just keep going and going. This, if you're interested, that I was shooting with today, that did me well, kept going in the rain. That was a Nikon D810. I like the Nikon D810. I think it's a great camera, and if you'd like to see my review on it, click on this link here. But if you prefer to see it go head to head with the Fuji X-H1, then click on this link here.